I went viral for smiling in the face of bigotry. We were at the ICNA convention, which is the Islamic Circle of North America. They have a convention every year. This year they decided to have it at DC. And so basically I went, and this is my second time being at the convention. I haven't gone beforehand, but last year was the first time that I went. And so I saw the people on Saturday, and, you know, seeing them, it was kind of shocking that they weren't there. And then, you know, seeing them, I was like, okay, why are they here? But it's kind of cool that they're here because, you know, we get that all the time. So, you know, they're now seeing how Muslims can just kind of walk past and not really show much face to them, which is what a lot of Muslims there did. There were a few people who were a little upset about it. You know, the children were scared, teens were upset. But, you know, most people just kind of walked by and just kind of ignored that they were even there. Me, on the other hand, that wasn't the case. I was kind of excited that they were there. So, you know, the first day we had something to do. We had a lot of stuff that we had to do because it was a convention. The convention had so much stuff to do. There was poetry, there were workshops, lectures, there was a fashion show. Like, there was so much to do. So we pretty much kind of occupied ourselves throughout the day, like with all the stuff that they had to do. And then after that, once the convention started like slowing down, you know, I was like, are they still out there? Like, I want to see if they're out there. But like, you know, they ended up leaving at the time. So Sunday is when I saw them, and that's when I took the picture. And honestly, it was just kind of like I wanted them to see that I was smiling, and I wanted them to see that I was happy, and I was not going to, you know, walk away from them or be upset because of their presence. So for the most part, it was more so like, you guys need to see a different side of, like, you know, Muslims. And I didn't expect the whole world to see that, but like, that's kind of what happened. Honestly, I've done this before. I had taken a picture like this in 2017, right before I graduated. So I took a picture like that on campus, and it was just like, okay, I'm just doing me. I'm being the same person I've always been. And I don't know if I wouldn't say that I am so rebellious, but like, it kind of came off that way. Especially when I asked the police officer that day if I could take the picture, and he was like, no. And in that moment, I was like, you can't tell me what to do. Like, I'm on public property. Like, I'm good. So that's basically how that ended up. So I kind of say I did feel like a big rebel because of, you know, the security guard was blowing his whistle at me to stop being in that area. And the police officer didn't, you know, agree with me being there. So I was like, you know, I am kind of a rebel. I'm honestly, like, I'm so shook. I'm like, what is going on? I'm still like looking back at like, what? Like, that can't possibly, what is this week? Like, what's going on? Like, you know, seeing that Zendaya followed me, SZA followed me, I'm like, where where is this coming from? So honestly, like, I'm still as shocked as everyone else. Around that time, I did kind of started feeling like, okay, this is a lot of exposure. It's a lot of attention that I'm getting. I'm getting a little overwhelmed, but, you know, through all of it, I'm still grateful. You know, there were times where I'm like, okay, is everything private as far as like my personal life? Like, I had to make sure that, like, you know, I'm just making sure that I'm taking those steps, that I'm, you know, being proactive in the sense that, like, my safety comes first. So those are steps that I was taking, like, oh my God, hold on, let me make sure, like, I'm good. But now that I'm kind of like, everything's pretty much, you know, slowing down, and I'm kind of like feeling like I can breathe again. Being a young Black Muslim woman, it is like, I have like double the struggle, like, because I'm Black, because I'm a Muslim, because I'm a woman. So like, in a picture right before I posted that, I stated that, like, I'm Black, I'm Muslim, I'm a woman, triple threat, because that is definitely the case, and that's definitely how I feel. Like, you know, people are, you know, threatened by the fact that I'm Black, people are threatened by the fact that I'm Muslim, and people are threatened by the fact that I'm a woman. So with all that combined, it is a tough thing. And then sometimes, even within the Muslim community, like, I have to find my place, you know, I have to find my, you know, my position as a Muslim woman, you know, and then not feeling like, okay, there is some sort of like colorism or racism toward me because I'm Black. So honestly, my next goal is just continue to be me, and hopefully, like, throughout that people can acknowledge, African American Muslim women, because that is something that's kind of, low here. We don't have that many Black Muslim Americans that are really being like shown. So throughout whatever I do, I haven't really had a full goal yet. Like everything just kind of happened so fast. So I haven't been able to like pull out my pen and just kind of like, write what I have to do, because like it's a lot. But I just want to continue to be me, and then hopefully people can see through that Islam is a peaceful religion and African American women are popping.